to Star Wars, they said. I said, too fucking right.
Welcome to Live Action Star Wars. It's Ralph. I'm here on my own. This is a lightsaber review. Today I'm discussing the Galaxy's Edge, Obi-Wan, Episode 1 and 2 lightsaber. Let me open this in a second. I'm doing this live for the first time. I've done a few of these reviews. I've talked about Rey Skywalker's lightsaber. I've talked about Leia Organa's lightsaber. And now we're talking about Obi-Wan. I'm excited for the Obi-Wan series to come out. This isn't going to be the lightsaber in that show. I very much doubt it because he lost this one on Geonosis in episode 2. And I don't have an episode 3/4 Obi-Wan lightsaber. But I'm excited to talk about Obi-Wan. I'm excited to talk about this lightsaber. Thanks to everybody in the chat. Right now, so far, we have Rural Farm Boy, Ralph Reviews. Here we go. And we're going. So here's the deal. I have a lot to say about this lightsaber before we even get started. Never a fan of it. I was never a fan of this lightsaber. And I will tell you why in a second. Let's take a look at it. Here's the prop version of it right here. And it's cool. It's a lightsaber. And one of my main issues with it was the bottom, the little sort of Billy Idol studs on the bottom. So yeah, so it was never my favorite lightsaber. I remember when episode 1 came out, went to Toys R Us. They had a couple of lightsabers that you can buy. One of them was this lightsaber, and one was the Qui-Gon lightsaber. And I just thought the Qui-Gon lightsaber looked cooler. And I wanted to get an Obi-Wan lightsaber, but yeah. Ended up getting the Qui-Gon one because I thought it looked cooler. Never really a fan. So, Ralph, why did you buy this lightsaber? Simple. I got it at a discount. I was a cast member at Disneyland. They have a cast member shop where they throw sort of used items that just don't work anymore, or anything that they have too much stock of. They have them in this warehouse. As a cast member, you can go and essentially just buy anything that they have on the shelf. Now, when I went, I heard they had lightsabers for sale. And I went to go check them out. And there wasn't a lot of people there, but there was a huge rack of lightsabers. And some of them were cool. Some of them were, a lot of them were messed up. And they had like a pile of these sitting around with a little piece of paper on it, like a sticky note that said non-functioning lightsaber. So let's take a look at what I got. So this is something I got for $25. So I was like, Obi-Wan's lightsaber isn't my favorite lightsaber, but I want to check it. I mean, $25, come on, it's a lightsaber. If anything, I could sell it, make a profit, and go buy a lightsaber that I wanted. So let's take a look inside. Here we have the Jedi blue insignia, the Jedi insignia with the blue because it's a blue lightsaber blade. And let's take a look inside. There we go. And there it is. It's nice. It's no nonsense. What's good about this one is that the opening on the end is the only one. Like, you don't have to replace this end to put on your blade like you do with the Luke Skywalker and the Princess Leia one. Just stick that box there. So here's a lightsaber, studs and all. Now, what happened when I went to go pick this up, the box said defective, that it didn't work. And the reason why is because this was taken off. This piece was taken off and was sitting in the box with it. And it didn't have this. This is the only reason why this was $25. Now, the Obi-Wan box next to it had this, but not this. So I took it upon myself to take this, stick it in here, put it on there, and then buy it. There was a little bit of a ding right here, which you can barely even see. And that was it. Complete lightsaber with the batteries. I brought it home. And Rural Farm Boy is asking, so does it work now? Let's take a look. And I do this with all my reviews. I'm going to stick the speaker side right up against my microphone here. And take a look. Ready? Let's see if it works. Totally works. $25 lightsaber, fully functioning Obi-Wan's lightsaber, a lightsaber that I really didn't care for. But here's the thing with this lightsaber. Since getting it, I've fallen in love with it. I think it is an awesome lightsaber. I'm going to bring up a short video here. I'm going to bring up a video here. Hopefully this doesn't kill the feed, but I'm going to turn the volume down while I play this video. And this is the moment in the episode 1 documentary, the beginning, in which Ewan McGregor picks his lightsaber out. And he's got a box there. Like, it's the greatest part. Now, there's Qui-Gon's lightsaber. That's one of my favorite looking lightsabers. But now he's holding this one. And he says that this is the one he's training with while doing the training for the lightsaber battles. And he keeps picking this one up. And here it is on his belt. Again, I didn't really care for the studs. But he says, this is the one I've been training with. And this is the one you could see him really holding it and really, testing out the grip. And I got to be honest with you, of all the lightsabers I own, this one feels the best. It's a really nice, lightweighted lightsaber. I have big, giant mitts, so it's nice and fits my hands nice and snug. And it is a really good, solid lightsaber. It feels really good in your hands. I have other lightsabers, and the grips might be different. The Rey Skywalker lightsaber feels like it's more for one hand. This is you could hold it with one hand. It has a nice grip on it, and you can slide it up, and it still feels good as a two-handed grip. Now, there's something about this lightsaber that it kind of bums me out a little bit. Is that this is the on button. So in the movie, Qui-Gon also has a single red button on his lightsaber, and on the toys, this would turn this on. Because the housing in here is where the blade goes, you can't make this a functioning button. So the button to activate it, they hit it here in the grip, which is fine if you're holding it one-handed. Your thumb can get it, but if you're doing it two-handed, it's really hard to find that button. That's my real only gripe with it. So let's see. Sarah's here. Phil's here. Rural Farm Boy says, "Ooh, pretty." I for some reason, I don't know what my deal is. I was really hung up on these studs. It looked like a Hot Topic sort of Billy Idol bracelet, like a studded bracelet. And then this part up here, I never really cared for these. It looks like a garter belt or something. But yeah, once you hold it, like I think this might be discontinued. I don't think you can get these anymore. But man, once you hold it, it's a really good feeling lightsaber. You can just, like, if you look at like Luke's, which is one of my favorite lightsabers, like, you can't grip it at the bottom and the top. There's this piece here where you have to like get your arms or your fingers around it. So I'll review that lightsaber soon. But just as far as lightsabers go, this is actually my favorite. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to wear this to Celebration. This is the one I'm going to pick. Kirk Francis asks, do they make belt clips for lightsabers? Absolutely. And I have them. They're in the other room on the shelf. But what I was planning on doing for Celebration, and this might sound really dorky, but I wanted a dress Star Wars like, but not a specific character. So what I'm thinking of doing is creating a character who is I've come up with a backstory. Creating a character who's sort of an archaeologist who finds artifacts. And I want to have like a messenger bag that's Star Wars looking, so that they could be part of my archaeological character's dress. And if I buy anything at Celebration, it could just go right in there. But I was thinking of wearing like a jacket with a Star Warsy type of jacket with pants tucked into boots, that sort of thing, with a belt, with a holster, and a belt clip to hang this lightsaber on. And the whole backstory to me having this lightsaber is I found this in a marketplace on Geonosis from a Geonosian who found it around the arena after the Clone Wars, but before Geonosis was destroyed by the Empire. So my story is I have Obi-Wan's lightsaber, and I might not necessarily know it's his, but I like the idea of wearing this as a trophy, even though I fully don't know how to use it or how it works or who it belonged to. But in my travels through the galaxy, this is a thing that I believe in canon my character could have acquired through his travels. So at Celebration, we have a couple months. If you see a dude with a beard and one of these hanging from his belt, it's probably me. I've absolutely fallen in love with this lightsaber. I still like the Qui-Gon lightsaber more as a design. It's a little less busy than this, but overall, as far as like, here's the picture again of the prop. It's pretty close. Let me see if I can get the same angle on this. Like, it's pretty close. It's a pretty good looking replica of the saber. Even the grip is pretty similar on there. So, I mean, they did a good job on this. I feel like the brushed metal is very similar, has a very similar shine to the lightsaber. So if you can find one of these, if you like Obi-Wan and you like this design, I would say grab it. It's one of the best feeling lightsabers. It's one of the lighter ones. My sister got me this Mace Windu one, which I'll be reviewing as well. And it's shiny and nice, but like this is like twice as heavy as this one. So when it comes to Celebration, I definitely feel like I'll be wearing this one. I mean, I could do a backstory where I was traveling through Coruscant and found this in the streets next to a dead body. That could be my story too. But this one's much heavier. So I think when it comes to walking around the convention all weekend, I might just do this one. Yeah. Let's see. Phil Rodriguez. Can it stand vertical on its base? Is it flat? It can't stand this way. It could stand this way for sure. I don't think I can get the camera close enough. I might be able to do it back here. Let's put that there. You can kind of see it standing. It could stand like that. But yeah, I have a found this on Etsy because my desk has very shallow shelves. So the bases they have at Galaxy's Edge hold them flat, and there's not that much room to hold all my lightsabers. So I got one of these, just a simple acrylic thing with padded bottoms and a thing that says Obi-Wan Kenobi Episode 1. It leans on there like so. And that just sits on my shelf, so I can grab it real easy. So that's how I have it displayed. But I mean, I can hold it this way, but there's no way it's going to stand on there. Of course, the speakers are there. They're not too intrusive. It still looks kind of good in the design, but other than that, it's pretty cool. Scott D says, love that lightsaber. Was hoping to find one in Galaxy's Edge in December, but they only had Ben Solos before conversion to Kylo Ren. Not a fan of that lightsaber. Yeah, it's tough with Galaxy's Edge. They rotate these sabers in and out, and I don't know if the Obi-Wan's been around since opening day. I think it was one of the first to go away. This Mace Windu one, which I will review again soon, was a re-release that you're able to get. My sister got it at Downtown Disney, and that one comes with a blade and a stand and a belt clip. So it's actually pretty cool. Mick asks, do you know if this was also a real world object like the original Luke was a camera flash? As far as I know, the prequel ones were designed. Me and James last week or last Wednesday reviewed the documentary for episode 3. And in that documentary, they show the guy who designed and built all the lightsaber hilts. Highly recommend you check it out. It's called Within a Minute, the making of episode 3. And they make like rubberized ones. But I think it's not based on a real camera flash. I think these are actually sculpted and designed specifically to be lightsabers. I don't think they were found objects like the Stormtrooper blasters. I don't think they were the flash bulb handles like the original trilogy. They're actually designed, which I like because I feel like these Jedi weapons should be something sculpted. And I'll tell you one thing. One of the things I loved is for this review right now, I just replaced the batteries in the lightsaber, and there's a little screw right there. You unscrew it right there, and you pull this out, and you put there's 3 AAA batteries in there. You put the AAAs, you put it in, you slide this into the lightsaber and screw it on. And doing all this, you feel like a Jedi, like forming his lightsaber or her lightsaber with the kyber crystal. So you get kind of a rush pulling these things apart and putting the batteries in, and it's kind of dorky, but it gives you a good feeling like you're a Jedi in some way. But it's really, really, really fun to do. It's the closest thing I'll get to being a Jedi. I guess I should do the Savvy's workshop, because that, where you're actually putting the crystal in and building your lightsaber, is a lot of fun. I watched Stevie do it. Me and James watched a video of her doing that, and it is pretty fun. I was on the sidelines, and I can't even imagine what it would be like to construct my own lightsaber. But I love the movie lightsabers so much, the legacy ones, that I kind of want to stick with just getting these. I have 4 of them, and then I have an old Force Effects lightsaber from Luke's from episode 5 from Empire Strikes Back. James, my co-host in the chat, he says it's a pretty rad lightsaber. I gotta say, it really is. This used to bother me so much, this little studded end. I'm like, that does not look like a lightsaber. But now I like it because you can probably do stuff with it. It probably acts as like a, I don't know, maybe you can like grapple onto things with them, or, make some crimp your raviolis with it or something. I don't know. But I feel like it could be functional somehow. I don't know how. It's just a blunt object too, but it looks like it could work as some sort of galactic screwdriver. There's got to be a purpose to this. Stevie's lightsaber has a Rancor horn sticking out of the bottom, and apparently the use for that is when you're doing a stealth mission, you don't want to ignite your lightsaber. It lights up. It's super loud, and you can just use it to like cut people's throats. So maybe this can be used as some sort of weapon. I don't know. I'm sure there's lightsaber experts out there that know. Phil says that I got to experience it. I really do. I think the next time I go, which will be Life Day, I think I'm going back on Life Day 2022, November 17th. I might build my own. It's my last comp tickets from when I worked at Disneyland. It might be time for me to, as an end of an era, build my own lightsaber. Plus, I figured that the lightsaber that you build is pretty much the equivalent of, like, if you buy one of these, buy a blade, one of the lightsaber blades, one of these, and then it also comes with the carrying case, and it comes with the exclusive pin, depending on what style of lightsaber you get. So I think it's worth it. Plus the show, I think those are a little bit bulky, and they're really heavy lightsabers. So I don't know if I'd walk around it with it as much, but this guy's nice and light. I really like this guy. Somehow became went from my least favorite lightsaber to my favorite. James is watching from work. He doesn't know, or he didn't tell me that. So I was going to say, James, you have the link, hop in the studio, but now you're at work. Lightsaber ravioli sounds good to me. It could, it's like a pupil tool. You can cut it, you can cook it, you can boil the water. It's a Swiss Army lightsaber. Hydro spanner, galactic screwdriver. It could be hydro spanner. I don't know if do we see the hydro spanner in Empire? I don't know. I've been going for 20 minutes, which I think this is now officially my longest lightsaber review. I give this one an A+. I love it. It's the lightsaber that won me over, and I would have never have gotten this lightsaber at its regular price, but now that I have one, I totally would. I love it. I'd spend full price on this lightsaber. If you ever see one at Galaxy's Edge, ask them behind the counter if you can hold it and just feel it. You'll really feel like, oh, that's a really good looking lightsaber. So 100% check out the Obi-Wan lightsaber. I think I'm going to do, raw farm boy. I'm going to do more reviews. Go check out my Rey review and my Princess Leia review. I have 4 more lightsabers in the house that I can review, including Stevie's custom built Galaxy's Edge one. So yeah, you'll definitely get more reviews. And then, I mean, if I run out of lightsabers to review, that might be a good enough excuse to go get another one. So, I mean, listen, I love lightsabers are my favorite thing about Star Wars, and they make me happy, and I hope they make you happy too. In the meantime, head over to Let's Do This, because I created this. I mentioned this last week. Let's go do this. Visit us at liveactionstarwars.com, which is here on YouTube, at liveactionsw on Twitter. 5-star reviews, subscribe to our videos, listen to this week's episode this Wednesday. James and I are talking about the Ewok adventure, Battle for Endor, which is the second and final Ewok adventure. And then we have big news. We have big news on Wednesday concerning live action Star Wars. You're not going to want to miss it. So yeah. Phil asks if I will be recording my custom build when I do it. 100%. I did it for Stevie. She'll do it for me, except when she does mine, I'll have her do landscape mode instead of a portrait mode on her thing. Kind of fucked up with that a little bit. When I recorded her, I just did it portrait mode because I didn't have a Star Wars show and had never planned to anybody to see it. We spent $200. I figured we might as well capture this moment on video, and then decided, oh, we're gonna put it on the show. So yeah, I'll definitely do that. And then yeah, you know, all the links. Listen to us, watch us on Wednesday. We're going to have big news for you. It's all surrounding Data Link, which we just posted about on our Instagram at liveactionsw and Twitter at liveactionsw. And until then, hold on, I'm on my own on this one, so I got to hit all the buttons. Until then, don't give in to the hate and celebrate the love. Bye.